joining me for today's workout. We are going to be doing a 50-minute mat Pilates class. Today our theme is going to be balance. So we'll be starting standing today. You will need 2 weights, approximately 2 to 3 pounds. And if you don't have weights, feel free to substitute with water bottles or soup cans. And if you're ready, let's get started. We're going to go ahead and start standing at the back of our mat. We're going to have our parallel feet about 4 or 5 inches apart, arms down by our sides. Simply nod your chin towards your chest and start to slowly roll yourself down, reaching for those toes. And then once you can't get down any deeper with straight legs, I want you to then bend the knees, resulting in your chest coming close, if not all the way onto your thighs, really relaxing your head. And then very slowly restack your spine, 1 vertebrae at a time, letting your head be the very last thing to arrive. We'll take those shoulders up to the top or roll them down the back. We'll do that 2 more times. Nod your chin towards your chest. Pretend that there's a wall right behind your tush. Don't lean backwards. Stay right up on top of your feet. When you can't get down any deeper with straight legs, that's when I want you to bend the knees, sit the chest onto the thighs, really relax your shoulders into your ears. And then as you start to straighten those legs, roll yourself back up to standing, letting your head be the last thing to arrive. Roll your shoulders up, down, and back. This next one, we're going to roll ourselves down, same way, nice and slow, keeping your weight forward in the balls of your feet. Once you get down there as far as you can, we're going to place the hands towards the floor, onto the floor, lock ourselves out into a downward facing dog. Paddle out the feet, alternating, bending those knees, stretch out through the calves and the hamstrings, taking any movements that feel nice. Feeling the stretch underneath the pecs, underneath the armpits. And then slowly walk the hands back to the feet, bending the knees if you need to or want to. And with your hands along your legs, roll yourself all the way back up to standing. Take the shoulders up, down, and back. And one more time for good measure. Nod your chin to your chest, roll your spine down, keep the weight forward in the balls of the feet. Walk the hands out into a downward facing dog. Paddle it out. Drop your head. Maybe shake your head yes and no, whatever movements you like. And then start to walk the hands back to the feet. Softening the knees. Roll yourself all the way back up. Shrugging the shoulders up, down, and back. Good. Now let's grab our weights. Still standing here, parallel feet, same distance apart, 5 or 6 inches. We're going to come down into a squat. We're going to take a little bicep curl with the palms of the hands facing in towards each other, and then we're going to rise it back up. So squatting down, bicep curl, and then stand it back up. We are sending those hips far back into the squat, keeping the spine a straight diagonal line. So don't squat down and round the spine here. You want to think of keeping the natural curvature in your lumbar spine. Belly button's tight to the spine as you squat and as you stand. 3 more. Warming up those global muscles, getting some blood flowing through the body. On the next one, you're going to hold the squat. From here, let's continue with some bicep curls. Palms of the hands are facing in towards each other, just nice and easy here. Belly button tight to the spine. Good, and now start to pulse the legs here with the arms. You're gonna go up and down, up and down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rise it all the way up. Now, when we come back down into the squat, the arms extend. When you come up, you're going to bring one leg up to a tabletop position, coming into a bicep curl. Squat down, both arms extend straight, then switch legs, lifting the other leg up to tabletop, lifting the arms up to like a little 90-degree angle here. Squat and lift, squat and lift. So we're getting into the balance theme of our class. Down, up, down, up, alternating. 5, 4, get low, 3, 2, last time, Come back into a deep squat. Continue with those arms, little bicep curls. Keeping your elbows pinned by your waist. Keeping that spine long. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's take it back into our single leg balance. Lift, squat, lift, squat. 5, and 4, and 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. Shake it out. Step more towards the center of your mat next. Move your right foot forward. And let's actually have both feet start together. I think it's a little easier that way. You're going to take your left leg, step back into a lunge, and then come back up. Then you're going to switch. Step back, lunge, and come back up. For now, let's just keep the arms by our sides so we get the gist of our legs. Feeling that your front knee is staying above your front heel. You're getting your back knee as low to the mat as you can without actually touching it. And if you're ready, we're going to add our arms. So what the arms will do is as you go into your lunge, the arms will lift up to the side to create a letter T, and then come back to your starting point. Lunge, arms lift, and switch. Exhale down, inhale, stand. Take your time. If you're having a hard time balancing, slow down, no rush. Double check you're keeping your shoulders level, your hips level. On the next lunge, hold it. Arms are at shoulder height. Pulse the arms. Flip the palms of the hands up to face the ceiling. Keep pulsing those arms. Legs are solid. Rise yourself all the way up. Switch legs. Coming into that lunge, arms at shoulder height, pulse the arms. Long spine, abs tight. Flip the palms. Sink a little deeper. And rise it all the way up. Shake it out. Nice job, you guys. Bring your weights at your chest, like so. The elbows are nice and wide. Let's have our feet like 1 inch apart. You don't want them together because then you're gonna be like standing underneath yourself. So 1 inch apart. Bring one leg up to your tabletop position. From this position, you're gonna start to pivot forward at the waist, extending that back leg far behind you. You can flex your foot so your 5 toes face the ground. And then very slowly, come all the way back up. Bring your leg back up to tabletop. I like to point the foot here, and then we'll repeat. So as you start to kick back, teeter your sternum forward. You can flex your foot, drive the energy out through your heel behind you, 5 toes facing the floor, and then start to bring it back up. Toes point as that leg comes up to tabletop. Let's do that 2 more times for a total of 4. Long, straight spine, soft supporting knee, make sure it's not locked out. And bring it back up. 1 more time. Flexing the foot. Pitch forward. Try to create a straight line from your earlobe to your heel. Then rise it all the way back up. And place that foot back down. Shake it out. Ankle stabilizer should be toasty. We're going to switch legs. So other legs in tabletop. Our hands are still at our chest. I'm going to start to flex that foot. Teeter forward. Creating a straight line from that right ear to that right heel, and then start to slowly bring it back up to tabletop. 3 more times. Exhale, hinge. Abs of steel, weights at the chest. Rise it up. 2 more. You might discover that one leg is easier to balance on versus the other. Totally normal. Rise it up. 1 more time. Nice and slow, flex that foot, and rise it all the way up. Good job, you guys. Shake it out. Okay, 1 more thing here. 2 more things, but next we're gonna have the feet about 3-4 inches apart. Make sure you're towards the front of the mat because we're stepping backwards. Let's have the weights kind of just rest by our sides. From here, you're gonna step back with the arms up over the head And then you're gonna come all the way up and bring the weights down by your shoulders. So we lunge it down, the arms lift. We stand it up, the weights come towards the shoulders. So a little combination of our lunge and that last exercise. Lunge to balance. Lunge, rise. Go for 3, and 2, and 1. Good, shake it out. Last set here on this other leg. Go ahead and start in the lunge. Lift the arms up. Make sure your belly is tight, anchor your shoulders. As you rise yourself up, bring your leg to tabletop and your weights towards your shoulders. Lunge, arms lift. Rise, arms lower. If it's too much going on, you can always do this without the weights. Going backwards into the lunge. Let's go for 3. Then really get that knee up. 2, and 1. All right, nice work. Let's ditch the weights. We won't do that last one that I was talking about. That's enough. Let's go ahead and stand at the back of the mat. Most of the mat's in front of you. Feet parallel, hands on the thighs. Nod your chin towards your chest. Start to roll your spine down, 1 vertebrae at a time. From there, take your time. Walk your hands out to a downward dog. Paddle out, alternate, bending the knees. Breathe, catch your breath. Bring the feet together to touch. Take the shoulders, shift them forward, over the top of the wrists, coming into our first plank of the class. Shoulders right on top of the crease of your wrist. Fingers wide. Head high, in line with your spine. Glutes tight. Just stay here, building some more heat in the body. Getting all the muscles in your body to participate. Taking some full inhales through the nose. Strong exhales through the mouth. Begin to rock forward and backwards from your shoulders and your ankles, keeping the height of your head and your pelvis the same. Then stay shifted forward with your elbows hugging your rib cage, very slowly, like in yoga, chaturanga, all the way down to the mat like you're one piece. Once down there, separate the feet as wide as your mat. Move your hands forward just a touch. Press into the hands, begin to peel your sternum up off the mat into a swan stretch. And then an exhale, lower yourself back down. Again, inhale, draw the shoulders off the mat, lift the chest, extend. And exhale, lower it down. And one more time here, inhale, lift. And exhale, lower. Glue the legs back together, tuck the toes under, plant your palms directly underneath the shoulders, like you're one piece. Press up, high plank, and stay here. Shoulders above the wrist. Press through your fingertips. Draw your right knee straight up towards your chest. Press it back out. Switch. Alternate continuously. Switch. And switch. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 2 feet together. Hold it. You can either take downward facing dog or a child's pose, whichever one your body calls for. Pedal out, breathe. Separate your feet so that they are just about as wide as your hips, maybe slightly wider. Shift forward into a high plank. From this position, lift your right hand off the floor. Put it back down and then switch. Alternate just lifting one hand at a time off the floor for some more balance challenge. The hips have to move side to side, but they don't twist. So both of your hip bones are always facing the floor like headlights on a car. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's now lower ourselves, shift forward and lower yourself slowly. all the way down, nice and controlled. Separate the feet, move the hands forward a little bit. Inhale, lift the chest, extend the spine. Exhale, lower down. Again, inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. And last time, inhale, lift. And exhale, lower. From there, glue the legs together, tuck the toes under, like you're one solid piece. Press it up, high plank, hold it. Legs are together. Breathing, belly button tight to spine. Pull your right knee towards your left elbow. Press it back out. Left knee to right elbow. Press it out. Alternate at your own speed, not too quick. Being mindful not to disturb the upper body. Just the legs. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold the plank. Option to take downward dog or child's pose, either one. Breathe. All right, shifting back into high plank again, but this time we'll keep our feet about 5 or 6 inches apart. You're gonna see if you can lift up your left foot and your right hand. Put it back down, and then switch. So opposite, right hand, left foot, left hand, right foot. The wider your feet are, the easier this is. So if you're having a really hard time, try separating the feet more. Take your time. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, hold the plank, breathe, lower the knees, child's pose, hips to heels. Shift your weight all the way forward. You can come into a modified plank or full plank, up to you. From here, 5 slow tricep push-ups. We want those elbows to graze the sides of the ribs. It's an inhale to lower, exhale to press back up. Elbows to the ribs. When you finish your 5 tricep push-ups, sit your hips to your heels yet again. All right, shifting yourself up to all fours. Stack your shoulders above your wrists and your hips above your knees. Taking an inhale, tilt your tail, lift your sternum for cow. Exhale, round your spine, push the floor away for cat. Again, inhale, tilt your tail, lift your sternum for cow. And exhale, round your spine, push the floor away for cat. Lengthen your spine to neutral so it's straight. Extend your right arm and your left leg. Place it all back down and then switch. Alternate continuously, making sure that your hand and your knee leave the floor at the same time and come back at the same time. On the next one, stay extended. From here, small pulses of the arm and the leg, moving from the shoulder, from the hip. Draw a little circle, moving from the shoulder and the hip. And reverse it. Then rounding the spine, pull the elbow and knee together, curl into a tight ball. Inhale, reach back out long. Exhale, round the spine. Inhale, reach the spine. Bring your head with you. On the next one, stay extended, reach nice and long. From here, we'll stretch out our quadriceps. So if you have your right arm forward, you're going to lift up the right arm, circle towards it, bend your back knee, grabbing a hold of your foot, kick your foot into your hand, opening up the chest, feeling a stretch through the quad. Make sure your supporting elbow is soft. Give it a little more kick into the hand, open the chest. Very slowly re-extend everything out long, find your balance, tight core, and place it all back down. Then we'll switch, other arm and leg are up, small pulses to begin. Moving from the shoulder, from the hip. Looking straight down at the floor. Begin with your little circles here, moving from the shoulder, from the hip. And reverse it. Round the spine, pull the elbow knee together, curl into a tight ball. Inhale, reach back out. Exhale, round the spine, move with resistance. Inhale, reach back out. 2 more. Last time, stay extended, reach nice and long, super straight limbs. You're gonna lift up your arm towards the ceiling, rotate towards it, bending the back knee, grab hold of your foot, kick your foot into your hand, feeling the shoulder stretch, softening your supporting elbow, kick a little bit harder into that hand. Slowly, with control, re-extend, reaching your arm and leg out long, and then place everything back down. Tuck the toes underneath you, lift your hips, downward dog. Paddle out, take any movement. Bring your feet together to touch. Inhale, the right leg, high to the sky. From here, draw your right knee towards your nose, round the spine. Inhale, back into 3-legged dog. Exhale, pull your right knee towards your right elbow, shift into your plank. Inhale, back up, 3-legged dog. Then last time, draw your right knee towards your left elbow into that plank. Back up into 3-legged dog. And let's go ahead, let's make it a full-blown little yoga series here. Step through, plant your right foot between your 2 hands. If you need to place your back knee down to adjust to get into a better position, that's fine. If possible, lift it back up. From here, root to rise, lift those arms up overhead. From here, we bend the elbows, practicing the arms, and bend the back knee. Then straighten the arms and the back leg. Again, bend the elbows and the back knee. Straighten. 2 more. Bend and straight. 1 more. Bend and straight. Pivot your back heel down, opening up those arms for warrior 2. Reach your arms really far forward. Make sure your right knee isn't collapsing in. Keep it pointing out over your big and second toe. Hold. From this position, flip the right palm up to face the ceiling. Take a nice back bend, sliding your left hand down your left leg. From there, cartwheel the hands all the way down to the mat. Come onto the ball of your back foot. Step through high plank. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, chaturanga down. Inhale into up dog, onto the top of the feet. Thighs are off the floor. And exhale into downward facing dog. Paddle out and breathe. Big toes come together to touch. Take an inhale with the left leg high to the sky. Exhale, knee towards the nose, round the spine, shift forward. Inhale, back up. Exhale, draw your left knee towards your left elbow, hold it. Inhale, back up. And then exhale, left knee to right elbow, hold it. And reach it back up. And this last time, stepping through the 2 hands, coming into low lunge. Feel free to place your back knee down, adjust if you need. From this position, once you have your feet stationary, root to rise, lift the arms up. Inhale, bend the back knee and the elbows. Straighten. Inhale, bend the elbows and the back knee. Exhale, straight. 1 more time, bend and straight. Hold, find that balance. Pivot the back heel, open up for warrior 2. Energy out of those arms. Inhale to take a nice back bend. Right hand finds the right calf, left arm comes up and over. Breathing. And when you're ready, cartwheel those hands all the way down to the mat. Pivot onto the ball of the back foot. Step back, high plank, feet together. Take an inhale, shift forward. Exhale, chaturanga, halfway down. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Paddle out. And when you're ready, place the knees down. Set your hips to your heels. Breathe. Child's pose. Now is a great time to grab a sip of water, wipe the sweat off, adjust your clothing. whatever you need to do. We're about halfway through. All right, you guys, let's come on to our sides. Sideways position on our knees. Grab one of your props again. Let's bring that back into the picture. Once you're on your knees facing towards me with your one prop, let's go ahead and kick that right leg off to the side, keeping the weight in our right hand, and then your left hand comes to the floor. Your left hand is in line with your left knee. From here, we lift the arm and leg up together and down together. Lift and lower. Lift, lower. Use this as an opportunity to breathe. For once, we're not moving all over the place. We're just kind of lifting and lowering our arm. Head is tilted in line with your spine. Let's keep it all lifted. Give me small pulses. Up and down a few inches here. Make sure your shoulder isn't rounding forward. Keep your chest proud. Shoulders stacked. Awesome. Draw little circles from the shoulder, from the hip. Try not to let anything else move. Reverse it. Flip the palm of your hand up to face the ceiling. You're going to take a bicep curl, bend the knee in, and then re-extend. Bicep curl, bend, and extend. 3, and 2, and 1. Extend everything out straight. You can place your foot down towards the front of the mat. You can choose to keep your weight or ditch it. We're going to come into a side plank. So if you did this right, your right foot is to the front, your left foot is to the back. If you have wrist issues, feel free to drop down to an elbow and forearm. Otherwise, we're pressing through the tips of our fingers, top arms to the sky. Challenging our balance here, we're going to rotate our right arm and our ribs and then come back up to the sky. Exhale, rotate through the ribs. Bring your head with you, bring your ribs with you, and open it back up. 3 more. Legs are solid, they're not moving. 2 more. Hello, obliques. 1 more. Holding your side plank, breathe, breathe, breathe. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And place the knees down gently. And let's make our way directly to the other side. All right, here we go. Kicking that left leg off to the side. Bending sideways. Right hand's in line with your right knee, and we're going to be lifting and lowering our left arm and our left leg. Up and down. Up, down. Notice the arm isn't lifting as much as the leg. We only lift our arm so that it is parallel to the floor, which is going to give us the most bang for our buck in terms of challenging that deltoid. Keep everything lifted and hold it. Give me little pulses, arm and leg moving together. Little circles, hang in there. Reverse it. Flip the palm of the hand up to face the ceiling. Take a bicep curl, bend the knee in, press it out, bend it in, press it out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Into our side plank, place your left foot to the front, your left foot. Right foot's gonna go to the back. Then we're gonna reach that top arm to the sky. You can do this with your weight or without your weight. You can do this on your wrist or on your elbow and forearm. Regardless, the legs are straight, the inner thighs are squeezed together even though they're staggered. And let's begin with our rotations. You're gonna twist your spine, twist your ribs, bring that hand underneath you. Inhale, open it back up. Take your time. Exhale, twist. Inhale, open. Exhale, twist. Inhale, open. And 2 more, twist. Inhale, open. Last time, twist. Open, hold, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gently lower yourself down, shake it out, grab some water. Whew. All right, we got one more little side series that we're gonna do. Again, you can choose to use your weight or not. We're gonna do some obliques here. So when you're ready, you're gonna pick your right leg off to the side again. I like to hold the weight like so, one hand on each end of the dumbbell, and then hold the weight towards the chest. We're gonna take an inhale, we're going to bend into a long diagonal position. Exhale to come back up to your starting point. Inhale, bend, creating a long line through the side of the body here. Exhale up. The hips go with you as you lean, and then they come back underneath you as you rise. Inhale, lean. Exhale, rise. You should feel it mainly through your right oblique. Inhale, lean. Exhale, rise. Good. On the next one, stay leaned. Hold it. From here, reach your weight forward, back to your chest. Forward, back to your chest. Keep the weight at your chest. Hold it. Pulse the body gently up and down an inch or so. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a nice counter stretch. So I like to just rest the weight on my leg. Left arm comes up and over. Side bend. Okay, let's switch legs. Left leg comes out to the side here. We're gonna hold the weight at our chest, elbows wide. Inhale to lean, create a long starting diagonal from your earlobe to your ankle bone. Exhale to rise it up. Inhale, lean. Exhale, rise. Lean, rise. As much as possible, you also want to feel that your supporting shin bone, so the one that you're kneeling on, is pointing straight behind you and not at a diagonal like this, as best as you can. Sometimes some flexibility issues can limit your ability to do that, but strive towards that. On the next one, you're going to stay in your diagonal, hold it. You're going to feel that your belly button is tight to your spine. Reach the arms forward and back to the chest. Forward and chest. Forward, chest. 5, 4, 3, 2. Keeping the weight at your chest. Pulse the body for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. You can rest your weight on your leg. Take your right arm up and over for a nice big side bend. All right, good. Grab both of your weights. Make your way to seated on your mat. Sit on the front of the mat so you have all the mat space behind you, because we're going to be laying down onto our back in a moment. Sitting tall, 2 straight legs, flex the feet and bring the arms forward in front of you, palms of the hands facing in towards one another. Taking an inhale through the nose, exhale, roll it down into a C curve just about halfway. Inhale, sit back up tall. Again, exhale, roll it down. Inhale, restack. Exhale, roll it down. Inhale, restack. Exhale, roll. And restack. As you roll down, bend your elbows, bring your weights to your chest. As you sit up, open the arms, come through. Round the spine, bring the weights towards the chest. Open the arms, come through. Couple more. Your goal here is to mobilize your lumbar spine. And open, 2 more. Exhale, lean. Inhale, open. Exhale, lean. Inhale, open. Leaning back into your C curve. Hold it. From here, you're gonna rotate through your ribs just slightly. Come back to center. Rotate through the ribs, back to center. You can even, if possible, interlace your fingers and keep your hands together with your weight. And notice that your weight stays centered with your breastbone, and your chin also stays centered with your breastbone. So it's not just turning the head, truly rotating your spinal column. Let's go for 3, and 2, and 1. Coming back to center, hold it. Extend the arms forward, separating the hands. Lift the arms to the ceiling. Back down in front of you. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. If at any time you want to get rid of the weights, that's fine. You can always pick them back up if you feel ready again. Abs of steel. Use your exhales now more than ever. Keep the arms lifted up towards the ceiling. Hold it. Anchor your shoulders away from your ears. Pulse the body up and down a few inches. Every time you lean back, exhaling. 5, 4, 3, 2. With control and the arms still lifted to the ceiling, roll all the way down to your back, one vertebrae at a time. Inhale, the arms stay at the ceiling, rotate the palms of the hands to face forward, and then float the legs up to a tabletop position, establishing an imprinted lumbar spine. Exhale as you lift the head, neck, and shoulders, bring the hands down by the hips. Inhale, lower back down. Again, exhale, lift, bring the hands down by the hips. Inhale, lower. Add the legs as you lift up, extend the legs out straight. Inhale, lower. Exhale. Inhale, lower. Those weights are helping you get up higher. Bring your chin with you. Next one, stay lifted. Hold it. Double, triple check your lumbar spine. It's totally flat to your mat. If it's not flat, lift your legs up higher. From here, start to pump the arms, kind of like the 100s. Breathing in through the nose for 5 and out through the mouth for 5. Legs of steel, point your toes. Squeeze your glutes. Tabletop the legs. Lower the head, flip the palms of the hands to face your hips. Inhale, open your arms to the side to create the letter T. Exhale, pull the hands to the hips. Inhale, open the arms. Exhale, close the arms. As your hands come to your hips, add your chest lift. Inhale, open the arms. Exhale, chest lift. Inhale, open. Add the legs. As you lift, extend the legs out straight. Inhale, lower. Exhale. And inhale. 2 more. Last time, stay lifted. Everything is straight. Hold it. Open and close the feet. Just about as wide as your mat is good. Crisscross the legs over and under. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend the knees. Rest the head. Hug your knees in tight towards your chest. Feel free to rock side to side. Decompressing that lumbar spine. Okay. Legs are going to come back up to tabletop. Hang on, there we go. Legs to tabletop, arms up to the sky. You're going to keep your arms kind of stationary. One of them is going to stay stationary. So let's extend the left leg and the right arm back on a diagonal. Then come back to your starting point. Left arm, right leg, come back to your starting point. So it's dead bug without the ball. Exhale, reach. Inhale, return. Reach, return. Double check your lumbar spine stays super glued to your mat. If it's arching, your abs aren't working as effectively as they should be. Couple more. 3, 2, and 1. Let's bring both legs to tabletop. Bring your hands together again, weights face in towards each other. Chest lifting up, you're gonna simply open the knees, reach the weights through the knees, then lower back down. Exhale, lift, open the knees, inhale, lower. Moving those ribs. Keeping the glutes down, keeping the lower back flat. On the next one, stay lifted. Take tiny abdominal crunches. See if you can still keep your collarbone wide so you're not like shrugging your shoulders together here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Feel free to hug your knees in. Take another breather. Rock the hips side to side. And then we'll move into some bridge work here. Let's have 2 arms up to the sky, palms face in towards each other, feet parallel, flat on the floor. As you lift your hips up, you're gonna press your arms down. Then again, inhale, arms lift, hips lower. Exhale, hips lift, arms lower. Inhale. Exhale, lift. Inhale. Exhale, lift. Getting into those glutes and hamstrings. Leading up with your pelvis and not with your abdomen. Hips lift, not belly. Go a little bit faster. 3, 2. Last time, end with your hips lifted. Arms can come down. If you have dumbbells, press the head of the dumbbell down into the floor, but try to lift your arms off the floor, so only the weight is touching, not the arms. From there, right leg to tabletop. Put it back down. Switch. Alternate continuously. So you're pressing down through the dumbbell, but you're keeping your arms straight so your elbows are not touching the floor. Finishing with a little bit of balance work. Right leg straight to the ceiling. From there, draw a little circle on the ceiling about the size of a softball. And reverse it. And replace your right foot. Left leg comes up, toes point. Draw a little circle on the ceiling. Squeeze your glutes. Press down through that weight. Reverse it. Replace the foot. Lift the hips up even higher. Take a nice big inhale in through the nose. And then an exhale, roll the spine all the way down. Hug your knees in tight towards your chest. Lift the head, neck, and shoulders. Bring the hands with the weights to the outsides of the shins. Inhale, reach the arms and legs away. Exhale, circle the arms around. Inhale, reach up and back. Exhale, circle around. Flat lumbar spine, chin close to the chest. Reach and circle. Reach and circle. 2 more. Last one, hold. Small pulse of the arm and legs towards each other. 5, 4, flat back. 3, if it's not, higher legs. 2, 1, hug your knees in towards your chest. Breathe. Rock side to side. Keep your weights. Flip over onto your belly. We'll do a little tiny bit more back extension work for our posture, and then we'll stretch. So with your weights, bring your hands down by your sides, separating your feet just about as wide as your hips. You're going to begin by drawing your shoulders off your mat, and we're going to lift our chest and the weights up. Then we're going to lower it all back down. Right now our legs stay on the floor. Lift only your chest and your arms up, and put it back down. Chest and arms lift, and lower. 3, reach more for your knees, like your arms are being pulled out of their sockets. 2, last one, you're gonna stay lifted, hold. Pulse the arms. Palms of the hands face in towards you. Your chest is lifted, but you're looking down, just slightly in front of your mat there. Begin to draw little circles with your arms, about the size of maybe a golf ball, so little. Reverse it. See if you can pull your abdomen in tighter toward your spine off your mat. Flip the palms of the hands down to face the floor. Give me little pulses here. Lift your chest higher. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower everything down. You can turn the cheeks to the mat. Bend the knees. Let the feet fall side to side. Bring the arms forward in front of you. Again, if you have the actual dumbbells, you want to have the head of the dumbbell pressing into the floor to begin. Arms are straight, shoulders are anchored. You're going to lift only the legs up and down. Lift and lower. Lift, lower. Foreheads resting on the mat, looking straight at the floor. Isolating the glutes and the hamstrings. Keep the legs lifted, hold it. Go swimming with your legs. Little flutter kick stemming from the hip. Try not to let the upper body wobble. So if that means you need to go slower, that's fine. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest the legs down. Again, if you want to bend the knees, windshield wiper the legs, feel free. We have our last set. We're going to do breaststroke. Again, you can do this with the weights or without. Start with your elbows bent. Weights by your shoulders. From here, we're going to lift the upper body and the legs up into a hover. So this is your starting position. From there, the arms dive forward. That's position 2. From here, arms open up, sweep to the thighs, you lift up higher for position 3. And then we come all the way back down to the mat for position number 4. Position 1, we lift everything up into a slight hover. Position 2, arms straighten. Position 3, hands at the thighs, lift, lift, lift. Then lower all the way down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, reach forward. Inhale, lift up higher, hands to thighs. Exhale, lower down. 2 more. Inhale, hover. Exhale, straighten the arms. Inhale, sweep to the thighs. Exhale, lower. Last one. Inhale, lift. Exhale, reach. Inhale, lift higher. And exhale, lower down. Set your weights down in front of you. Plant your palms. Press all the way back into a nice big glorious child's pose, sitting your hips to your heels. Wiggle the hips side to side. Okay, coming back up to an all fours position. Shoulders above the wrist, hips above the heels, hips above the knees. Taking an inhale, lift your chest, extend the spine for cow. Exhale, round the spine for cat. Lengthen to neutral. Tuck the toes, lift the hips, downward dog. Paddle out. Bring the feet together. Walk your hands or your feet to your hands, either way. Hands to feet, feet to hands, either one's fine. Bend the knees if you need to or want to. Sit your chest onto your thighs, take hold of opposite elbows, hang here. Let the body gently sway side to side. We did a lot of wrist work today, so if you would like, you can lift up your feet, slide your hands underneath your feet so that your toes find the crease in your wrist. Then gently apply a little bit of pressure through your toes. Feel free to step on your hands just side to side a little bit, gauging the amount of pressure that feels good for you. Sometimes it's nice if you kind of pull up as if you're gonna come up with your spine, lengthen it, creating some space between your wrist and your arm bone. Exhale, forward fold a little deeper. Remove your hands if you haven't already done so. Take your feet, bring them together, then take your right foot and bring it behind your left ankle so that your pinky toes are next to each other now. Then you're going to crawl your hands to the left side, letting your left knee bend, but try to keep your right leg straight. So you should feel a nice big stretch all the way through the right side of your back. And crawl the hands back to center, uncross the feet, make sure you're still centered. Take your left foot, bring it behind the right one, so that now your pinky toes are next to each other. You're gonna crawl your hands to the left-hand side, allowing the right knee to bend, but keeping the left leg straight. Crawling the hands back to center, uncross your feet, big toes together to touch. Take an inhale, bring your hands to your shins, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Plant the palms, step back with your left foot into a lunge. Right knee is still over that right heel. Feeling the stretch through that left hip flexor. Then from this position with 2 hands still on the floor, it can even just be on your fingertips depending on your flexibility. You're gonna rock back and forth between triangle pose and a hip flexor stretch. You're gonna bend the right knee and then you're gonna try to straighten that right knee. Little rock, little dynamic stretch on that hamstring. And one more time. Coming into a low lunge. Plant the left palm firmly onto the floor. Extend the right arm, open up to the sky, twist. You can choose to stay here, or you can place your left knee down, lift up your left foot, and grab onto it with your right hand, depending on the flexibility through your your quads. Shoulders are open regardless of where you're at, breathing. And gently releasing that foot, untwist, and let's go ahead and switch legs out. So we're gonna have our left foot come forward in front of us, coming into a deep lunge, lifting up the chest, sinking those hips forward. Tucking the back toes under, lifting up the back knee, and we'll rock forward and backwards through our triangle stretch, where you can lean forward, drop your head, and then back into your hip flexor stretch, lift your chest. Triangle, lean forward, hip flexor, lift up. You can move slow or quicker, whatever feels best for you. Come into your lunge, plant your right palm onto the floor, open your left arm to the ceiling, twist the spine. You can stay here or place the knee down, lift the foot, grab the foot with the hand. Soften your supporting arm so it's not hyperextended. And then slowly untwisting, plant the palm, and then let's go ahead and just come back to an all fours position. Sealing our class up here, let's take an inhale through the nose, tilt the tail, lift the chest. Exhale, round your spine, push the floor away. Lengthen out to neutral, tuck the toes under, lift the hips up, take downward facing dog. Pedal out. Start to walk your hands back to your feet, softening the knees. Engage your abdominals and slowly restack your spine, one vertebrae at a time. When you get yourself up to the top, take your shoulders up to your ears, roll them down your back, and you're all done. Excellent job today. I hope you feel fantastic. If you like this video, comment below, like it, and subscribe by clicking on the I, and I'll see you next time. Bye.